everyone, we're back and we're talking Matchbox B17s. I just wanted to give you a quick little update on the B17 here. Here's where we are. That's where we are. Okay, thanks. Come again. No, just kidding again. I'm on a roll. A little bit of modeling and videotaping after having too much Jack Daniels and Dr. Pepper. But I digress. Getting on the Matchbox B17. Here's what I did. Like I said before, I'm not going to get a lot of detail work done inside here. Don't want to. Don't care about it this time around. So what I've done, just to make a little bit of effort so it's not just a hollow pit and blackness on a black aircraft, I went interior green, painted around the windows, the big windows here, and I started placing the windows in here, as you can see. Yeah, they're thick, not very viewable in there, but that's okay. And what I'll do is when the painting time comes, I'll just cover these over with some masking material, and then I'll be able to spray, pick it off. It should be fine. On the cockpit, I did do a little bit of painting on the cockpit, interior green. This tube actually isn't supposed to be here on a B-17, but the reason I put it in is because as I explained before, that the armament is going to be taken off and this top turret needs to be covered over and filled, and I just felt that with this in place it gave me a good base to put my putty and to work on covering it over. So that's all. But the seats were painted. Can't see that, but the firewall here, the instrument panel, was just painted black, just to give it the brief hint that there's a dash panel there, instrument panel. Again, when I close this up, like so, can't really see in there. You know, doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. So that's all right. So that's where we are right now. Next step will probably be, I got to do the window here, then glue this together, let it get nice and solid. Throw some, I think I'm going to use the epoxy sculpt on this, the two-part material here. Put it on here, and I'm going to create a cover out of some stock that I have, evergreen stock, to fill this hole, and then putty that over and mold it to the contour of the fuselage. That's actually what I'm doing with this. I'm making this, I put this together just so I can get the circumference of the base for the piece of styrene, evergreen styrene that I'm going to need. And then what I'll do is I'll put it in here just like it's supposed to in the notches, just like the turret would, fit it in those notches, and then I'll start filling. So that's it. Short, sweet, and simple. Hang on, we'll be back in a little bit and I'll show you where we are. Hey guys, welcome back. I just wanted to show you real quick my plans on how I'm going to fill the turrets, so I can fill them in with the epoxy sculpt. Basically, first thing you did is this. If you don't have one of these, try to find yourself one. I got this at, I think it was Michael's. I'd seen it online and I forgot the cost, but I saw somebody had it online and I was like, wow, what a great tool. And then I couldn't find it. Finally one day I stumbled upon it at Michael's, and to be honest with you, I don't remember the exact price, but it was cheap compared to what I thought it was. I want to say I paid around $5, but I could be wrong. But this thing has come in so handy in different times. I use it as a aircraft builder. I use it for proplers all the time. That's one of the big things I use it for. But very handy, very cool tool. So if you can, this is something you should try to get for your toolkit. Alright, here's what I was doing. I took some evergreen cardstock that I had, And what I did for the case of the ball turret, I actually took the kit ball turret and I built it. And that gave me the diameter of the piece of stock that I needed. Basically, what I did is I measured from the center to the outside. This is adjustable. Locked it in place. And what you do is you got the needle and you got the blade. Insert the blade or the needle into the cardstock, and you just start turning, and you turn and you turn until it cuts through the plastic. And in the end, you just punch out a little disc like this. So I had to make two discs, one for the belly, which is what it looks like here, and then when I put this together, that's what it looks like. So you can kind of see what the depth is also. So now I'll just fill this area with the epoxy sculpt and I'll be able to work it and everything. But you can see it does fit together pretty good. Alright, so that's that piece. For the top, like I said, I left, it doesn't have, if you notice here, get my pointer. If you notice here, it's got these tabs right here. That's to lock in the ball turret when you put the aircraft together. And that's what I'm using to lock this piece into place. The top turret doesn't have that. That was for you, Chris. The top turret doesn't have it. So what I did is I left this cylinder in place, because what I'll do is I'll take the new piece that I made and then just slide it in place, and I'm just going to glue it in there. And then when you put it together, oops, that popped out on me. There you go. You put it together, and there you go. And that would require very little epoxy sculpt there. Now I might have to do a little trimming there because I got a little bit of a gap. Then again, I might just have to twist it a little bit because I filed down one side and it was fitting perfect before. And then that's it. Then I'll glue these suckers together, let it sit and dry, adhere the body, and then I'll start doing the epoxy sculpt. So, be right back. Okay, so we got the top turret disc in place. We got the bottom turret disc in place. Now, glued it all in place, put it together, have that drying. While this is drying, I went along and worked on the chin turret. It had a B-17G has, I guess you can call it a flange, but it's a bubble basically here. So your chin turret here is round, it's bulky and comes down, and then this flange, the fairing basically, makes it aerodynamic and smooths it back against the rest of the fuselage. So with that turret gone, I had to take that out, so I cut that out, smooth it down, and then I used some cardstock just to go, let's see, hang on. There you go. See a little better now. Some cardstock, cut to size, and put it into the floor. Glued the edges, obviously. Glued it down. It's nice and solid. I'll fill this with epoxy sculpt, smooth it, sand it, contour it, and then the nose will be done. Also started working on the tail. Took the glass, fit it in place. I mean, basically put these two pieces together and she's done. So that's going to go together. I got to set this overnight. Fuselage is going to sit overnight, make sure it gets nice and a nice adhesion between the two halves. And then we'll start with the filling and sanding and epoxy sculpt and all that stuff. So, but that'll be in another video. So I'm going to cut this one short here, and that's it. So until next time, be strong.